Hello World! It's another episode of Hello World series. I'm ComputerHeat, and I'm joined by my good buddy KilrathiSoldier. KilrathiSoldier, what's going on, man?
Hey, nothing much. Just doing a cast with you, ComputerHeat, and I hope it's gonna be a great one. It
Yup.
better be.
We just spent the last. Well, let's get this unpaused before we start talking about other stuff. So we're paused at 5 seconds. We'll unpause in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, we just spent probably the last like hour talking about E3 and other stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, one thing we should mention is there's a new patch for the game coming out later today. So this may be the last game that we see in this patch. So kind of good riddance in a way. This patch has had some good changes, but it's kind of a lot of, a lot of stuff that still needs to be addressed. And I'm glad that I'm glad there is new stuff coming out soon too. There's a new faction coming out as well. It's gonna be a
mm,
big summer for Company of Heroes 2.
yeah. It's gonna feel like a new game again. I hope, especially when the OKV and the US faction came out. I was playing the beta back then, and it felt like, whoa, this is a new game. Well, I hope it doesn't. The new faction won't break the balance that much. I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah, we were both in the alpha, though we can't talk about that very much. I know I did not get. I was extremely busy while the alpha was going, and I didn't get to try out the new stuff too much. So actually, hopefully, we'll be able to get someone to come on to the cast and tell us about some of the changes that are afoot with that. Kind of in my dreams, we would get one of the developers to come talk about it, but that is not very realistic for a number of reasons. Also, it's usually more fun to have on like a good player or something like that than one of the balanced devs. Anyway, oh yeah, in this match we've got Easy playing as the Wehrmacht going up against Joseph Redefined Stalin. I have no idea who that is. It might be a Smurf or just
Or Joseph
someone.
Stalin.
Yeah, or it might just be like real Stalin. um,
Yeah.
but this was a match we got sent a while ago, and it kind of like I lost it, and then was streaming the other day and got this one sent back to me. It was like, oh, finally, the game that I was looking for so long. But I don't know. We had some good luck with some replays recently. One thing been looking forward to the new patch is that the meta game has gotten kind of stale. So this should be we'll see what the future holds, but I'm hoping for some things to shake up a little bit.
I see that Joseph is really pushing at Easy. He just wants to prevent him from getting that fuel. He's very aggressive play here.
It looks like Easy is going for an aggressive move as well and heading straight over for the cutoff of
Yeah,
Stalin.
I see that now.
This is always a can be an extremely nasty move, but that's just a single squad of pioneers over there. They're not going to be able to hold off like conscripts reinforcing coming out of the base, for example. And we have some flamethrowers up for Stalin as well. It feels weird to call him Stalin.
I'll buy him some time.
Yeah. Anyway, he's got a good hold on the right side of the map as well. He's been contesting Easy's control of the right fuel. And just see if there's any teching going on from Easy. Doesn't look like it yet. He hasn't teched. He is not teched to tier 2 yet. Got himself a machine gun, plus 3 grenadiers, single Pio, nothing particularly unusual. I wouldn't be surprised to see even more machine guns, since, well, this is Langra, or, excuse me, Langra, Skya. That's always good for that.
Molotov cocktail's almost ready.
He's going heavy with the munitions investments, which he can afford since he's had the control of 2 of the munitions points, although one of them has been cut off and is still cut off. He hasn't even attempted to take back his cutoff yet.
I think he just wants to confront this small army here now as quickly as possible, simply because if he doesn't control it, they'll just push on even more.
Nice.
So, and he's doing great there. Yeah.
Nice flank of that machine gun. Easy doesn't retreat it, he just packs it up and moves it away. I guess he figures he can continue to fight. Flamethrowers and the combat engineers push off the harassing pioneers on the left, and Easy is going to manage to hold on to his territory without too many losses. That was a really nice flank on the machine gun, though. The splitting up the conscripts, having one Ura up over the top and throw the Molotov. Well, they actually threw off another Molotov on the bottom. I was about to throw another Molotov down at these Grenadiers at the bottom, but canceled that for the retreat, which is a smart move. He was at risk of losing that squad if he stuck around for too long. I can see that Easy is building something with his pioneers. Can you tell me what that is? Did he just build a bunker in his base? Yeah.
Yeah.
Be seeing the medics soon, I'm sure. Yes, and the upgrades beginning. Those pioneers are in really bad shape, and when you're facing off against flame weapons, you can't afford to have your squads at low health, or they'll just go up in flames immediately. By the way, that's something that's changing in the new patch. I looked at the new patch notes again yesterday to try to, force as much information into my head as I could, but the changes to flamethrowers, I think, is going to be one of the really big, things that we'll see in the upcoming
the
patch.
last man will die, who would most likely explode.
Yeah, the flamethrowers can't explode until the last guy, and also the point at which instant death criticals can apply has been raised, so you're less likely to have guys like a full health squad lose a member.
Actually, to be honest, I didn't mind that the whole thing when he exploded. I mean, sure, it's a bitch when it occurs to you, but I didn't mind it that much because I thought it was part of that chance, that gamble that you're doing in the game. So
yeah, well, I think you and I have more equanimity than most Company of Heroes 2 players. More willingness to put up with that kind of stuff. But lots of people like to rage about the randomness of the Company of Heroes games, but I don't know. I think you'd agree with me that I consider that more of a feature, like.
Yeah, it's a part of the game. It just makes that 5% like unpredictability gives to the game, and that's why I'll play this game and not StarCraft. So,
yeah. Of course, we've all had the moments when they're just like the enemy tank that just will not frickin' die because it keeps getting crits applied to it over and over and over again. Let's check over. Stalin built he built tier 2 a little while ago. Easy's got his tier 2 up now, and Stalin has just started to tech AT grenades, which I think is a bit premature. He's spending a lot of fuel on his infantry upgrades, and he actually picked advanced warfare, which he also had guard rifle combined arms, and I think he had guard motor coordination tactics available to him. And I didn't really expect to see this commander on this map, and also I'm surprised to see the advanced warfare commander. Well, he has advanced warfare commander, so he has radio intercepts, and he is choosing to preemptively get AT grenades, even though he'll know as soon as Easy buys himself a vehicle. So I don't know, strange choice, I think.
I think the reason why if you're looking at his playstyle, he's very mobile. It's like he's not waiting until he goes out with his entire army. Well, it looks like that right now, but it was constantly like just if he had one squad ready, he would just push them out and then engage the enemy right away. So it seems like his playstyle is very mobile. So if he can get like a T-34 out as soon as possible, he'll just go for it. He doesn't look like the player who waits until he's fully ready.
Also, this is quite an open map, and it's one where you can get off some nice flanks. Yeah. The only issue is the long lines of sight can really favor the LMGs on the Grenadiers, but he's been quite good at setting up his flanks, and one thing about setting out all of his squads is that he's shown that he is able to pull off flanks. Oh, nice Molotov up top, forces away the Grenadiers, but he also has to retreat.
Just sent out his entire army.
Yeah.
So that worked out as well.
So Easy just teched to tier 3 and is immediately building, getting that building up. And Easy's army is really small. He's still just got his 4 squads of Grenadiers plus his his Pioneers and his machine gun, and he built tier 2 and is not getting anything out of it. He's probably...
That's expensive, man.
Yeah.
If you are not getting anything from that tier 2 and then suddenly going tier 3. I guess he just feel like he's so aggressive. Joseph Stalin is so aggressive that he needs something that can take care of all those infantry in one-shot kills, you could say.
Yeah, and I mean, his opponent, the Soviet player, has had quite good map control. Nice Molotov dodge on the right. Has had quite good map control, so an early vehicle would definitely not be something out of the question, despite the Molotovs. And he hasn't seen anything yet in terms of tech from Stalin. There is a mortar now, so I mean, if he's been checking through the fog of war into Stalin's base, then he'll know that he's got tier 2.
Yeah.
But I think maybe he just built tier 2 to be safe and get himself a pack, but he didn't get the pack. He continued straight on to tier 3. And yeah, maybe going straight to tier 3, then back teching to tier 2 after he'd gotten a P4 or an Ostwind would have been a could have been a safe choice. But
we might see that.
Yeah, he definitely could have had one on the field already had he done that, and that could have helped him carve out some better map control. Lots of harassment all over the map from Stalin. Yep, this is reminding me of kind of Stephenn JF's play, but I don't think Stephenn has been playing for a little while, and actually it was on this map with Stephenn versus Easy that we saw that totally crazy epic game. Anyway, can't have a game with Easy or on Longoskaya without mentioning that one. Oh, I'm gonna show it to you after this. Oh, nice Molotov, gets 2 kills before Stalin is forced to retreat. He's just constantly throwing those Molotovs, but I mean, he could put down a couple of mines. He's put down at least one already. Easy actually has sweepers out, but I don't think they've been they have not swept the mine that was planted earlier. But I'm liking seeing all this usage of the munitions early on to help Stalin win the engagements.
Yeah.
And that's the advantage of having control of munitions, is you can use it to turn fights in your favor just by getting that little bit of extra edge. Still saving up a couple of munitions to put down some mines would be a really good idea, especially considering there is a P4 in production right now. There's a Zis gun out already from Stalin. I mean, despite all of his aggression, has not taken like a prohibitive number of casualties, so he's been able to expand his army again and again.
Oh, nice mortar.
Yeah, I wonder if Easy has figured out what commander Stalin is using. My guess is that he has not. I mean, there are not particularly many, sounds like KilrathiSoldier's got himself a visitor. So there are not too many cases where you have PPSHs on the conscripts. There's conscript support tactics, guard rifle combined arms, and advanced warfare, and oh god, there's probably another one, but those are definitely the most popular.
It's out, the P4.
Excellent. This is Easy, despite having a small army and getting really consistently pressured by Stalin. He's managed to get the P4 out pretty quick, in good time. It's only 14 minutes. It's already out in the field, so he's managed to get that out quickly while also getting tier 2 and not really losing too much. So he's had good control and not been overextending, which is the thing that would really, like, a bad overextension and losing a couple of squads is the kind of thing that could really have cost him the game already.
Yeah, I was watching your cast of. I don't remember the player's name now, but it was in Simoski with the 2 Tiger tanks, where Ingstrong, his army was dwindling really fast, and it was almost to the extent like he was just overextending, but he managed to pull it together. I haven't seen it through though, so
So I won't spoil it for you.
5-10 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, that was a hell of a long game. But Panzer Grenadiers out now for easy. I'm not really sure why he got the Panzer Grenadiers. They're
well, they could be good flankers, as you said in that other game.
yeah, but there's not a whole lot for them to flank. There's the mortar and there's the Zis gun. But the thing is, he's facing off against a whole bunch of vetted conscripts, and vetted conscripts with PPSHs just wreck Panzer Grenadiers.
Them out of there.
Oh my god, yeah. Like, I mean, even just unupgraded conscripts at Vet 3 will beat fresh Panzer Grenadiers, and we put PPSHs on them, and they're fighting at the range where the Panzer Grenadiers also want to be fighting. It's not even close. So Stalin is about half a CP away from getting T-34-85. He'll be able to afford one immediately, and it's not going to be long before he has enough fuel to get a second one. And the T-34-85 is more than a match for the Panzer IV, so Easy is going to need to get himself a pack. He might be able to survive by getting Panzer Shreks on his Panzer Grenadiers, but honestly, I think that's more of a risk than it's worth. Good moving through the barrage of the Zis gun to close in on there, clear that thing out. It's much too far away from his own base for him to be able to do anything about it. And here comes the first T-34-85. So the VPs are quite even. Despite Stalin having had really good map control for most of the game, he's not actually been able to tick down Easy too many VPs. He's actually behind in terms of VPs.
Well, in terms of resources, I think he's a little bit ahead, but then again, Easy did make, you could say, that mistake with building tier 2 and then tier 3. I mean, it's working out for him now, it's ready, and he's getting a pack now, and he got those P-grins, but it just seemed like at the beginning it was like he did a mistake, and then he suddenly went for tier 3.
Yeah, I think, I mean, he made that mistake, but he's definitely been able to survive the mistake.
Yeah.
Stalin hasn't really been able to punish him too hard for it. He's going to need to play really carefully with... Oh, he did get Panzer Shreks on his Panzer Grenadiers. He's going to need to play very carefully.
Did a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's going to need to play very carefully with them, and also with the pack. With conscripts, with PPSH conscripts and Molotovs swarming around everywhere, it's going to be very, very easy to lose those pieces of anti-tank, which would be absolutely catastrophic for Easy. He definitely doesn't want to lose his only AT gun, or the Panzer Shreks, which would be even worse. Especially right now
really cool with the plane shooting.
Yeah, that's just a
right
single
next
pass.
to the tank.
I don't really like the.
But sorry, you were saying?
Oh, I don't remember what I was saying. The Sturmovik Strafe, I think, is pretty underwhelming in this commander. It drops smoke, and then it takes so long for the plane to come in that it's quite easy to dodge. You really have to catch your opponent unawares with it, and
but you can determine sometimes I mean, you can determine which direction, so sometimes you can actually make it a little bit quicker than other times.
Yeah, true. It's not like in the past where it was it wasn't a loitering strafe. You give it a targeting area and it would come through and attack.
Yeah.
Attack like that, like those strafes do. But now it's like the Wehrmacht close air support strafe, where you give it a direction and it comes in. But I think it just comes in too slowly to really be to really be worthwhile. Of course, if you can get like a destroyed engine on the P4 or something, it's a good way to finish that off safely.
I utilized it a lot in that game I had with Halcyon. You cast it, and I was just looking which direction is it gonna come from, because I wanted to make that time from when the plane enters the map until it can actually hit the target. Once you like minimize that time, so instead of 5 seconds, maybe it's down to 3 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, one thing I like to do if playing against OKW, for example, who have lots of great anti-air defenses, always have the planes fly towards their base. Especially if it's like a recon plane, because you still have a decent chance of that thing getting shot down, and then hey, maybe you never know, it might land on top of their army as it retreats.
Kamikaze strike.
I've gotten actually fairly lucky with that in the past, so. Anyway, another set of Panzer Grenadiers are building for Easy, who has not picked a commander yet. And he's got Spearhead available, Jaeger Armor, and Luftwaffe Supply, which Luftwaffe Supply is not one you see a whole lot. Well, I mean, if I'm playing with the U, I see it a lot. You don't see it a whole lot in a 1v1, although this is not a bad map to do it, because it's pretty easy to hold on to. He has easy access to his fuel, easy access to his munitions, and you can really spam out the supply drops onto the fuel point, for example, and then go for a quick Panther or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, in that game you casted with Hal and me, and you said like when I went for Luftwaffe Supply Doctrine that I could go for the munition, and I really wanted to do that because I was really most of the time I was low on munition. But the simple reason was that the munition point was just too close to the front line, so it was just throughout the game it was just switching between both factions. So I didn't want to do like you did once in a game where you dropped it and then the enemy came, oh, some free resources.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
They were at least nice enough to thank me for the fuel that I gave them.
Yeah.
So we had a nice little defense against the attack there by Stalin. Tried to push up onto the fuel point. Managed to clear out the pack, but that's now been recrewed by some Pioneers, which is actually great for Easy since they have the extended line of sight over the vehicle weapon crew. And machine gun in the house forced them back, and the strafe on the house failed to dislodge the machine gun. Did do a little bit of damage onto the P4. It doesn't look like Easy has noticed, or if he did notice, then he just straight up doesn't care. Zisgun's moving into position as well, and maybe we'll see the now two T-30-45s make a charge up into the center. I'm a little surprised to not see the mortar moving up to start barraging the house with the machine gun in it, just to at least just to destroy that thing and not let Easy camp up inside it.
He is sending his Pioneers. I think he did know he just wanted to reinforce his Pioneers.
A little bit of a probing attack going on right now. It's not the kind of carefully prepared flank that you can do pretty easily on this map, to be honest. There's so many nice line of sight blockers that it's not too difficult to move some squads of conscripts up to the left of the hedgerow, like to the left of where the Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers are standing, have them come around the top with like a flamer, while another squad comes up through the middle, and another squad to the right below the house with actually a teller mine out in front of it. I hadn't noticed that go down before. Oh boy, damaged engine on the T-30-45. It's getting shot at by the Vet 2 Panzer Grenadiers. The pack is not moving up. It probably doesn't feel safe getting that thing coming forward. And these Panzer Grenadiers are in a bit of trouble as well. They're not going to be able to finish off the T-30-45. Ooh, decent split to get away from that. And the Germans are going to retreat back to base before taking too many more casualties. The PG's got up to Vet 3 from that, so that is it's a nice little win. But it doesn't look like Stalin is in a position to make an attack, but here we're gonna go anyway as the conscripts run up and start pulling their AT grenades out of their pants. Wow, just AT grenade spam on there, but I don't see, where did this gun go? new T-34-85 out, so I guess that's the order of the day. I would like to see Tier 4. This commander is quite good in conjunction with Tier 4. So you can get the Su-85, you can get a Katyusha, both of which are really good. The T-34-80. Su-85s are really good on this map. Katyusha is good as well, since it is pretty small. And actually, you know, Easy's map control is just getting better and better. He's lost access, or he's lost the middle VP. He's gonna need to get that back. But he's got a pretty firm hold on the right side of the map. And whoa,
he went for elephant, and suddenly.
Interesting. All right, so.
Yeah, because I heard it on the radio intercept. That's why.
So both players have shown their hands now.
Yeah.
Elephant is upgrading the spotting slope, the spotting scope. This is gonna be a slugfest. Well, god damn it, I certainly hope so. But I think that you know, now maybe even more than before, the indirect fire is going to be something that Stalin's going to need. It's something he doesn't really have. He's got the mortar, and that's it. He's got good flanking power, but Easy's not going to have a whole lot of push, at least until he can expand. Maybe get. Well, he actually can't afford to put anything more into his army. Really, he can't get a Panther, for example, which would be really useful. Quite far off in terms of the amount of fuel that he needs for that anyway, but he'll probably just continue investing in Tier 3 vehicles.
Yeah, most likely.
Strafe coming in from Stalin. I actually kind of hope that we're going to see a Stuka bombing strike at some point.
Ooh. Almost killed the entire squad.
Wow, they got messed up. Lucky for them, the one of those squads of conscripts has the PPSHs, so they're kind of not particularly great at long range. He's lucky to not drop a Panzerschreck. One of those conscripts to pick up. Conscripts with the Panzerschreck would be particularly nasty against the elephant, which can't really do anything against them. Zisgun is moving up to get some nearly point-blank shots on the elephant, but I feel like he needs something to extend his line of sight a little bit. Sniper could be okay. I don't think a T-70 would be very good, which is probably the first time I've ever said that in a game. Although it is so good for getting that extended line of sight. Su-85 would be good, once again, for the extended line of sight. But the elephant, with the
we'll take care of that.
Yeah, the elephant definitely will counter that with its and particularly when it's got the spotting scope as well, so it can see forever. I hope that Easy will save up some munitions, maybe even put down a munitions cache so that he can use those recon planes. I feel like recon is such a Oh! T-34-85 heads straight for the tiller mine, sets it off, and destroys the engine on the P4. Oh, hard break. I don't think this P4 is going to get out of there, although it does deflect the shot from pretty much point blank. Nope, down it goes. That sucks. Oh! Elephant returns the favor, and the pack is back there as well to help out. The pack's not in very good health.
What is that, Pat? Oh, get it back or something like that.
Oh man. Zisgun is moving up as well. Now there's a damaged engine on the elephant. That thing's gonna need to keep going back. I don't think there's really anything Easy can do other than hope that he doesn't get deflected too much. And yeah, that pack way overextended. It was already down to just two guys with low health, and Stalin's trying to make his move right now to deal with this elephant while he has the opportunity. He should throw a Molotov onto this house with a machine gun in it. But he actually doesn't.
He tried to, he had to cancel it, look like.
Did the Grenadiers just retreat through the bundled grenade from those PGs? Okay, there goes a Molotov, but it's not doing damage fast enough.
Nice attack there.
Yeah, that was. It's a fairly even trade though. One T-34-85 for a P4. And both players are in about the same position in terms of their size of their armies and how many resources they have left. Although Stalin's going to be able to call in a new T-34-85 if he wants before Easy can replace his P4. Ah, okay, so Stalin's going to go forcibly destroy this pack and keep that out of Easy's hands.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, pack backing up an elephant is... If you just have a pack like behind an elephant a little bit, that can make it extremely difficult to deal with the elephant, to eliminate in any way, even if you have superior numbers. Damaged engines on both of the T-34-85s. I guess the other one just got its engine damaged by the by the Panzerfaust. It needs to back away. Elephant's lining up a shot. There's a big hit. The conscripts are coming in on the flank. Very nice.
Well, straight coming on the elephant now.
Yeah, I have no idea how much damage that's gonna do.
Oh, nice. He actually wants to do re-attacks on it. Nice thinking there.
Yeah, didn't do very much. It's not like the German anti-tank strafe, which would mess up even heavy tanks like that. Oh man. He's like, man, using those manpower hacks. Oh man. I like this.
Magical.
I like this kind of chat. So often you see players just like getting pissed off and raging, which grow up. It's a fucking video game. But these guys keeping it all in perspective. Conscript squad goes down, I believe. And T-30-45 needs to back away as fast as possible. Kite these grenadiers. Oh, he may be able to get out of range. Elephant's moving forward to try to pursue. Another squad of conscripts are coming in to just threaten it with an AT grenade. And man, I think Stalin missed his opportunity to pick up that machine gun, which I think really would have benefited him a lot.
Yeah, especially at that middle VP.
Yeah, considering how happy Easy has been to charge his Panzer Grenadiers forward to try to work on the weakened tanks. Uh-oh. Panzerfaust goes off. Oh, that was a bad move.
Yeah.
And Ostwind is building now for Easy. Elephant and Ostwind combo is very, very nice. Kind of get your hard counters for everything right there. Oh, nice use of mortar smoke. I still think this T-30-45 is going to have a very difficult journey back home. And Stalin does not have enough munitions to fire off a Zis barrage.
Rear armor hit and it doesn't blow up.
Those things have a lot of health.
Just do Panzer.
Yeah, Panzerfaust would do the trick. I think I see the animation going off, and down it goes. Oh man, Stalin, that was a bad move there.
He's only human.
Yep.
Or not. I mean, he's Joseph Stalin.
Man of Steel, Monster of Steel, new T-34-85 out. And I still think he's in a pretty good position to take on this elephant. The elephant's still quite badly damaged. If he just runs forward past these grenadiers and attacks the pioneers, they're going to be forced to retreat. And the pack did get destroyed, and EC doesn't have a replacement for it. He just needs to... If he puts a damaged engine on this Ostwind, yeah, he can probably finish that off, or at least drive around it and ignore it and go straight after the elephant. He still has a healthy amount of fuel. Man, I'm feeling Easy's frustrations. It's like, where the hell are all of these dudes coming from? Like, I can barely keep up with reinforcing my own army, and it just seems like there's a constantly one or two conscript squads up in his face. Still the
Soviets that keeps on rushing him.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good reason to not get things like guards and shock troops. Is conscripts have such low upkeep, they're cheap to reinforce, and yeah, you can just have lots of them on the field at once. He actually has what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squads, which is, I think this squad hiding behind the sandbags right now, I believe they're new, and they're gonna try to soft retreat out, but change their minds and retreat all the way back home. I'd like to see Easy claim this Zis gun for himself. He does need a bit more anti-tank. Stalin really needs something to deal with these grenadiers. The risk of getting a damaged engine on his tank is so perilous for him.
I was quite surprised when he just moved them in to the middle there, because I was thinking like, oh, I mean, there's an elephant there. He might get hit. Of course, there was no troops.
See how far that
he's
elephant...
using the smoke on the elephant now.
My God. This feels so much like I'm watching Stephenn JF. I'm gonna have to like ask him if he's playing under a Smurf name, because this is the kind of stuff that he loves to do. But yeah, mortar smoke. Oh, I'm enjoying this game very much.
Yeah. Ooh.
Damn, that was a nasty strafe. Oh, the mortar just to put the boot in as well. Wow, full retreat's gonna be forced. And Easy sends all of his guys back home. That's going to be a lot of manpower to reinforce those squads up. Yeah,
you must gather your troops before venturing forth.
Baldur's Gate voices. I think... Oh, I'm not even gonna go into some Baldur's Gate. Not even gonna start dropping the Baldur's Gate knowledge right now. But I think that Stalin could benefit quite a lot from a sniper. It would be a challenge for Easy to safely push forward and kill the sniper, and if Stalin could just keep it kind of hanging out in the back behind his conscripts, he could pick off grenadiers and just get a nice consistent bleed on safe and consistent bleed on Easy's manpower. Once again, I also think Tier 4 would be good, and actually he's just begun building Tier 4 right now, look at that. So maybe we will see a Katyusha. I think...
this attack might not work out, man. Too close to all those troops there, and they're close range combat.
Oh man. Stalin took like 0 damage from that attack. He's got one squad of conscripts that took a little bit of health damage, but other than that, basically didn't suffer at all. Austrian might be able to finish off the Zis gun from the front, but no, it's getting quite low. It's going to need to back away. AT grenade goes out. Damaged engine. Gets up to Vet 1, but man, that thing is in a lot of trouble. It's going to need to hope for some lucky misses and that the elephant can scare away the T-34-85s before they finish him off.
Oh, shock.
Ooh, shock. That wasn't that's actually the target weak point ability from the elephant. I think that was...
Oh, it almost died there.
Yeah, but he's using target weak point. He should just be using the regular rounds. I mean, he doesn't have a pack to back him up to finish it off. The target weak point doesn't do enough damage to actually kill the tank. He's just like getting crits over and over on it, but nothing that's actually going to...
Is he firing at the Zis gun now? Oh, okay, no, he's gonna take it now, okay. I thought for a second he was gonna do the same thing as Joseph did before.
Would actually be fun to see a half-track laying down some Regal mines, but I think that's probably a bit too expensive for Easy right now.
Yeah. Don't take my Zis gun.
Yeah. He may be able to clear it out, but I think he should be focusing on the Grenadiers, to be honest. So, Tier 4 not quite complete yet. Did the construction actually get stopped? I don't want to look back in the base while this fight is going on. I don't see the progress bar moving. He may have retasked his... Yeah, he sent his combat engineers off to go fix up his T-34-85, so he actually has a conscript repair package, so the conscripts are fixing it, but their repair rate's not particularly fantastic. It may be the same as the combat engineers. I'm actually not sure. Anyway, combat engineers are back to work. I think should probably get himself another squad of them. Minesweepers would also be useful, and more flamethrowers is never a bad thing. So it feels like, well, Easy's the one with the bigger army now for probably the first time all game. And he's starting for the
This
first
is as
time.
close as he's ever gotten.
Yeah, not since like the first minutes of the game when he had those pioneers go in to harass. And Stalin's going to be a bit on the back foot. He's getting himself a Katyusha. A move of which I wholeheartedly approve. The elephant is now up at the doorstep. Turn on the fog of war to see how far that thing can see. I think I have the wrong player selected.
Strafe coming in.
Oh, let's turn that fog of war back off. Curious if this Ostwind will manage to shoot down any planes this game. This is actually a decent map to get a 222 and upgrade it with the upgrade it with the spotting scopes, because it, like, once I think it's vet, it's basically like a free map hack. First Katyusha barrage going out onto the machine gun, but I don't think that's gonna. Oh, it does get 2 kills. Firing it from nearly max range. He actually has a cache up, and Easy is walking into the rest of the barrage. Manages to avoid any casualties. Looks like something caught on fire and died in the middle of the map, but that may have just been a Molotov that was thrown.
No. They didn't die. They managed to walk out of the target area.
Ah, okay. Ah, feels so nice to have a co-host again. All those solo casts, I was just...
Or I could be lying, so...
Or you could be lying. I mean, it's not like I would know the difference in either case. Yeah. The last couple solo casts were just because I was preparing for exams and things like that, and was like, I need to do something to get my mind off it, and I don't want to talk to anybody else. I just want to talk about some motherfucking video games. Oh, spotting scope on the Ostwind now. Interesting.
How much does that extend?
How far? You tell me. I'm watching this fight. But the spotting scopes, I know they stop working when the vehicle moves. I don't believe that turret rotation counts for that. So the elephant is not really the best thing to get the spotting scopes on, because it almost always has to move in order to be able to shoot. So frequently it'll spot something, start to rotate a little bit to try to get a shot on it, and then break line of sight and stop moving, and then it'll the spotting scope will re-engage, and it will start that whole thing over again. He's actually not using focused sight, which surprises me.
The range is actually decent. He can actually spot that T-34. He could just be shooting at it now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's gonna do that now.
Wind up.
Come on, fire.
And the
Come on, dude, now! Kill him!
That's weird. Alright.
Why is he
not
not firing? Oh, is it on hold fire or something like that?
I don't know. Here comes the Katyusha, however. Managing to land. Oh, it does actually connect with the machine gun. I was going to say, it managed to land exactly in between all of Easy's dudes. There's a nice big hit from the elephant. Easy's forced back to base. Ostwind coming to clean up the infantry, and the elephant supporting from the back. Pioneers on standby to repair. And another Zis gun was in production but got cancelled in favor of an Su-85. I think... Yeah. This is a tough nut to crack. I mean, one of the things... Okay, oftentimes when you have the the T-34-85s, they feel super, super deadly because people almost always use the guard motor coordination tactics, commander, in order to get them. And that also gives you access to mark target, which just, you know, gives a, I think it's a 30% increase to the damage. So when they penetrate, they'll do 30% more damage, and this commander doesn't give you that. So they just have to do their regular amount of damage, which is substantial, but when you're shooting at something like an elephant that you want to go down as fast as you can possibly get it to go down, Ooh, it can be not quite enough. That was a huge hit. Was that about 50% damage from one shot?
Yeah.
Now that the
The only thing Joseph is doing now is just poking. I mean, that's basically what he's just doing now.
Yeah.
Even, I mean, he's poking a lot. But, oh, did a squad just go down there?
Yeah, all clumped up and took a huge hit from the Ostwind. Su-85 is forced to back. Go. Whoa! Abandoned. Okay, so
if he moves,
I think the elephant's gonna go in for the kill. Yep.
main gun destroyed. It's still there. It's still there.
Oh, 5% bug lives. Yeah, it still has its engine too.
No, back it up.
Aww, sad. And now Easy's going in.
That would have been awesome if he had saved that, because Easy would have probably thought, where did you get all that manpower for a new Su-85?
Easy's making a push for the cutoff now, with the elephant backing it up. The thing is, he lost, Stalin lost the Zis gun to Easy, so, I mean, flanking that thing is really difficult. He can get up on the flanks, but he can catch a damaged engine. And back when Easy only had the elephant, that wouldn't have been such a big deal, but he took too long to try to pull off that attack. Easy's managed to get himself the Zis gun under his control, and it would take pretty much a perfect flank from Stalin with his entire army to be able to kill off enough things to break the combined arms that Easy has. Needs to clear out the Zis and destroy the elephant, basically, to give his T-34-85s enough room to work. Strafe coming in. Easy's moving out of it, although I think he could actually potentially even shoot the plane down.
He did.
Cha-ching! Right in the base. Well,
and he's got not walking Stuka, but Stuka dive bombing ready as well, so he could actually do 2 of them soon.
Yeah, he can do the recon overflight plus Stuka dive bomb combo, though there's not really anything static on which to drop that, so I don't think
Joseph is too good for that, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing that coming out. And Easy's got a P4 queued up, but his army's actually too full to contain it, so he's going to have to wait until he loses something. And once he does, that thing is going to pop out immediately. Rush combat engineers, and I feel like Stalin's he's lost his momentum. It's hard to see how he could come back into this.
Yeah.
He needs time in order to diversify his army a little bit. And, oh no, he's going to lose this Katyusha for sure, and without indirect fire, it's hard to see how this can go back in his favor. I think he may be in an unwinnable position unless he gets some godlike hits from this. Oh, that was pretty close, but not quite. From this T-34-85, the elephant's surely going to start firing on it soon. The P4 is out.
He's managed to. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, he's managed to keep his conscript for a long time.
Yeah, I just feel like he needed to pull off some flanks, more in the mid-late game, and he never really. Obviously, he never managed to, but it seems like he didn't even really try that hard to pull off a big late-game flank, and that's the end. Well played by both players. Though, as I was saying, I think if Stalin had pulled off a nice late-game flank, he would have. Yeah, he lost his magic touch. He could have. He could have gotten the angles that he needed to finish off the elephant, which would have bought him a lot earlier on in the game. At this point, Easy is so far ahead in terms of resources that he actually could have immediately called on another elephant, or just built other stuff. He's probably considering, should I just start making tier 4 for the hell of it? But yeah, that was a good game. So thank you to Easy for bringing that one to our attention.
Yes, it was a fun game.
Oh man, Broom Bear. I wish we saw more of those. So
yeah, yeah, sorry.
No, you go ahead. I was about to end this, but if you have something more to say, then I'd love to hear it.
I like broom bars, and there are times where I can build maybe two, maybe three, but that's just extending it maybe a little too far. But going head to head on tanks, that's it can be an okay tactic strategy. But if I'm going up against IS2s or something like that, I'm not that willing to.
Oh man, I
But sometimes
remember
it can be.
before they buffed the Jacksons, playing games with you where you were making like you said like 3 Brumbears, and there's not really a whole lot a U.S. player could do about it because the Shermans don't penetrate them very well. Those things will penetrate the U.S. tanks a lot.
Mm.
Anyway, the past is the past, and we are eagerly awaiting this new patch to see what happens. Lots of small changes in it, like you said. Not really a whole lot of what I would consider faction specific balance changes, though there definitely are some. But the things I'm most keen on seeing are things like changes to vehicle crits and changes to flamethrowers. The machine guns are getting altered in some way that amounts to a buff, though I'm be real, I don't really understand all the numbers that go into the calculations of how the machine guns work, but they're getting changed. I guess we'll see how that works. And yeah, new faction coming up. Man, changes are afoot. So,
Yeah,
you wanna close the door on this one? Give some final words and wrap it up.
it was a fun match. That's not much else to say. I think we said pretty much everything that was needed to be said.
Yeah, it wasn't assault grenadiers versus 120 millimeter mortar spam, and that makes me happy. So yeah, this is a good game, fun to see, and man, that was a pretty nice play from both players, especially from Stalin
Yeah.
early on. His flanks were beautiful to watch. And we'll wrap this one up. Thank you for watching Hello World Series and Computer Heat, and bye bye, folks.
Until next time.